Japan, home to some of the arguably best food in the world. Sushi, ramen, tonkatsu, just to name a few. But how are their snacks? Let's find out. And so I had a coworker bring me back some snacks from Japan. These are not from the local Japanese store. Maybe you could find them there, but these are straight from Japan. And so let's get started. First, we have what looks like a chocolate and strawberry bread pastry. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a morning bakery item, but let's give that a shot. All right, there we have the strawberry bit on my right side. Then we have the chocolate on the left side. Let's start with the strawberry. Now the chocolate. Wow. Especially for being made probably, I don't know, a week or two ago. Tastes relatively fresh. It was tightly sealed. That probably helped maintain the quality. Light, fluffy, good level of sweetness, great texture. No complaints there. Maybe the strawberry tasted a touch artificial would be the only thing. I'd give that 9 out of 10. That was good. Very good. Good start. So let's go on to some galbi shrimp chips. And so I've had a lot of shrimp chips. I don't know if it's as different from the local Asian market, but let's give it a shot. Okay, it looks about how your average shrimp chip would look, shrimp cracker. Let's try it. Okay, shrimp flavor, pretty mild, not overly salty, not overly peppery, no extreme flavors, but it's nice, it's pleasant. I would say, I'm not sure if there is a difference between this and the local Asian market and local Korean market. If I were to say there's a difference, this is more lightly seasoned, probably would be the difference. I actually say I'd prefer that because I think it's less salty. And so, good snack, not as wow as the first one, but I'd say that's a solid 7 out of 10. Let's move on to the Kit Kat. We got a lot of Kit Kat flavors. I believe this one is cookies and cream. Okay, that should be cookies and cream. Okay, surprisingly good. For those who have had the Hershey's cookies and cream, this is better in just about every way possible. A lot less artificial tasting, great texture, nice crisp to it, the wafer, even though it's, well, I guess it's packaged, but nice crisp to the wafer, solid. Cookies and cream is not my favorite flavor, but that was quite good. I would give that a 9 out of 10 as well. Good start. Strawberry Kit Kat. As you can see, it's very pink. Let's give it a shot. Strawberry Kit Kat. Okay, and so that started off like it would be another 9 out of 10. Great snack, great Kit Kat. But then it got a little bit artificial towards the end. A little bit of almost real fruitiness, which was good. But the flavor, the aftertaste wasn't that great. So 6 out of 10, I would still say it's overall pleasant. Not amazing though. Next, Kit Kat. So this guy is supposed to be a combination of strawberry and chocolate. Let's see how it is. You can see the chocolate on the edges and the strawberry as well. Let's give this one a shot. Okay, again, that one's not a 9 out of 10. It's not amazing. It's not a super wow factor. The strawberry is, I think, the same as the previous strawberry. Because it has the chocolate, though, the chocolate almost tastes more natural than the strawberry. So it does mellow it out, kind of. The flavors don't mix perfectly, though. I would say another 6 out of 10 on that. Next, Kit Kat. Milk tea flavor. Lost a little bit, but there it is. Okay, so not at all what I was expecting. Doesn't taste very milky, doesn't taste very much like tea either. It tastes more like yogurt, which actually is good. It tastes pretty good. I'd give that a solid 8 out of 10. Next Kit Kat. This should be matcha. It's a pretty deep green. Here's our matcha Kit Kat. Okay, not bad, not great, very mild matcha flavor. It does taste like it's a real matcha flavor, if that makes sense, like it's not exaggerated. I do think it's actual matcha in there, but you almost have to try to discover the flavor when you eat that. Not unpleasant, not bad, not amazing though, 6 out of 10. And the last Kit Kat. I think that's supposed to be a blueberry cheesecake. Let's see how it is. Okay, that looks pretty cool. You have the white and blue mix inside the Kit Kat. Let's give it a try. Okay, that wasn't bad. Again, I feel like I can't speak generally really as far as authoritatively, but I feel like they do a good job having some what seems like real fruit flavor in those more fruity flavors of the Kit Kat. And so it tasted more like a real blueberry, which is good. I'm not sure if that was a real flavor or more of an artificial flavor, but it tastes almost like it's a good job at a real flavor done artificially, if that makes sense. And so it had a nice flavor. I don't think that was the best one necessarily, but I would say maybe on the right day, that would get an 8 out of 10. And so that's it for the Kit Kat. We do have one more item. This is actually the one I was most looking forward to. Let's see how it is. Galbi potato chips, what I think are potato chips. I think that's supposed to be black pepper flavor. And so I say I was most looking forward to this because I feel like I've seen this a lot or similar stuff to this. Maybe in anime, I'm not quite sure. But let's see how this is. Okay, just looks like a potato chip. I think you can see some, what I think is black pepper on there. Okay, interesting. Okay, so that was good. Not at all what I expected. There is a strong black pepper flavor, hence the picture on the front. It is black pepper potato chips, I'm pretty sure. But it's not terribly salty, which is a good thing, but I feel like maybe a touch more salt would have made it at that perfect level. And so no complaints. The black pepper flavor, maybe combined with other flavors, was so fresh. It almost seemed like a zest of lemon or lime also in there because I think it was so fresh. I don't actually think there's lemon or lime in there, but the freshness just gave that flavor, almost that scent, that feel. And so I would give that 9 out of 10. If it was a touch saltier, I'd give that a 10 out of 10. Maybe also a touch larger because the chips are quite small. It's slightly inconvenient. Maybe it's more for kids. I'm not quite sure. But overall, that is it. Very impressed with the Japanese snacks. It's not just the sushi or the tonkatsu or the ramen that is amazing. Overall, I think most of those, I think the lowest we got was a 6. So all of them were at least pretty good, or at least pleasant. That's kind of the 6 bar for me. It's at least pleasant. And so that was good. My least favorite of the day, probably the strawberry Kit Kat. Pretty artificial tasting, I would say. Didn't really have a great flavor. It was somewhat pleasant. That's why I got the 6, but by no means bad. But if I had to choose a worse one, that would be it. Favorite of the day, we will say that Galbi potato chips, black pepper potato chips. Partly because I've been wanting to try something like that for a long time. Partly because I prefer savory foods over sweet foods, generally speaking. But it really was a good chip, a good potato chip. If the chips were a bit larger and there was a touch more salt, that'd be a 10 out of 10 potato chip. But because those weren't the case, solid 9 out of 10. Favorite of the day. If it's a good price at the store, I just might get it. And so that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this different style of video in the comments. If you tried any Japanese snacks that you recommend, leave it in the comments, or if you have a favorite Japanese food, feel free to leave that in the comments as well. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone else who might like the video, share it with them. And if you want to see even more videos in the future and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified when the new videos are released. I do appreciate it. All the engagement metrics really do help the channel. And if you want to see even more food content, you can go to the description box. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And we do have another video starting off right now, so give that a click if you want to see it. And we will see you next time.